We live in an age where ideas are constantly judged, but not always understood. An essential mistake is surprisingly simple. We confuse structure with substance. Structure is how something is presented: grammar, formatting, organization, clarity. It is the container. Substance is what is inside: the idea itself, the reasoning, the insight, the meaning, the solutions. They are related, but they are not the same thing. Structure helps us understand complexity. It organizes thought. It makes ideas readable and comparable. But structure is not meaning. Meaning lives in the idea itself, in the relationship between concepts, the logic of a system, the depth of an argument. And when we forget that distinction, we create a serious failure in how we evaluate thinking. We start treating structure as proof of value. Well-structured ideas feel correct. Poorly structured ideas feel weak. But neither assumption is reliable. The problem appears clearly in the movie Dead Poets Society, where poetry is judged through formal structure like meter, rhyme, technical form, and then Robin Williams' character tells the students to rip out that entire chapter from the book. The warning in that story is not that structure is bad, but that when structure becomes the only lens of evaluation, meaning disappears. The poem becomes something to score, not something to understand. The same distortion exists today, but faster and wider. On social media, ideas are judged in seconds. Structure becomes the first signal of intelligence. If something is long, unconventional, or not neatly formatted, it is often dismissed before it is even read. So presentation starts to replace judgment. And we begin to confuse clarity with correctness and formatting with intelligence. But this error doesn't just affect art or online posts. It affects complex thinking itself. In fields like policy, economics, governance, or system design, ideas are often nonlinear. They are interconnected, layered, and imperfect in early form. Yet they are still evaluated using structural expectations. Does this follow the right format? Is it organized in the expected way? Does it look academically clean? And when it doesn't, valuable items can be dismissed, not because they lack substance, but because they fail to match a familiar structure. This creates a deeper evaluation failure. We start judging the container instead of the content. The correction is not to remove structure. Structure is necessary. The correction is to separate the two layers. One layer is structural quality, how clearly something is communicated. The other is idea quality, how meaningful, original, or effective the thinking actually is. These are not the same metric. A well-structured idea can still be wrong. A messy idea can still contain deep insight. So structure should function as a tool for understanding, not a substitute for judgment, because